Paul, what an opening, what a start. A huge thank you to Major Paul Collins-Smith and the band of the Household Cavalry. Oh gosh, my heart is racing, guys.
Just a regular Saturday, that
Just
isn't it?
a regular average
start
Saturday here on Football Focus. Well, it is the 145th FA Cup final, and wow, there's a lot of history. It's been a journey, and it's the first these two sides have met in this showpiece occasion. We've got loads to come on Football Focus for you today. Interviews from Pep Guardiola, emotional João Pedro, but I need to welcome in my special guests, Dion Dublin and Nader Manua. And Dion, let me come straight to you because you've done a lot of these finals on Football Focus here at Wembley. Does it still feel emotional? Does it still feel so special to you to be here?
It does. The Cup final, it's there. Having played in it, and you've played in it as well. It doesn't get boring. It's respectful of it. It died off slightly, but it's back.
You played at the old Wembley, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. That basically means you are old. Anger.
Shall we switch then?
Yeah, please.
Nader, because you're actually a winner.
Yeah,
at Wembley.
I mean, thank you for allowing me to talk about that, yes. But in 2014, the fact I've only played here once and to have that memory, because every time I come back here, it's to Wembley and we're holding up the banner, we're going to Wembley. And I really felt that. As a young person, I went to the old Wembley, so to get a chance to play here was incredible.
And you know what, we can't speak to Alex about finals because we'll be here for about 4 hours.
Oh my gosh, you're not wrong.
We can't say how many times you played here, it's about 50.
Always special, what can I say, as a player and being here with you both. Right, let's just have a reminder of how both of the teams managed to get here today. Oh gosh, we just love being here. As you can see, just behind us, the band are still leaving.
So
the
many
band of the Household Cavalry. What is it?
The way they're dressed and the regalia is just outstanding.
Oh gosh.
I could definitely get used to it.
You can
I could
you?
definitely get used to it, yeah.
It's like
as
going
I
home.
walk around through life.
Going home for you,
Absolutely.
as you walk around your land.
Yeah,
Okay, because obviously a lot of talk in the build-up about Chelsea's past history up against Manchester City. As a player, do you just kind of let that go?
Yes, you have to, especially on a day like today where
Chelsea won, and I was there at that game. I remember the feeling as I think Havertz scores the winner. It's a cup final, and ultimately anything can happen. That's
what, when you look at Chelsea's squad and their players, the Cole Palmer, Endo Fernandez, João Pedro, who we're going to be hearing from later on in the programme, they're big-time players that can produce special things in special moments.
Yeah, big-time players. What they haven't done is they haven't produced those moments enough on stages like today where they are under severe pressure, but all the rest of the...
And I suppose Manchester City coming into this one, there's kind of a different pressure on them to deliver. What are you kind of expecting from them, Nader?
It's a good question. I think they're well. But again, to be walking out here for a cup final against a rival like Chelsea, because they're collective, to be ruthless, because for them, we showed that Chelsea at the time. I get the feeling they're going to be very much on the front foot to make sure it's not 3 in a row for defeats.
Dion, what do you think? What sort of game are you expecting?
Hopefully, and I think they may surprise Chelsea at how positive they're going to be. I don't think Pep messes about when it comes to finals. It's all about...
Oh, God, well, silverware. Talking of Chelsea, they lost their last 3 FA Cup finals. But as Nader already alluded to, Manchester City have lost their last 2. Did Betty Glover just get a little exclusive there for Football Focus that Pep Guardiola has said he is staying? It's going to be a great day for him to be back here at Wembley. And they are, look, in the home dressing room as I'm trying to find where Nader and Dion are. If you follow me in here, look how impressive. This is why you want the home dressing room, right, guys? The space, the layout.
Just to be at Wembley in general.
Do you feel at home?
I would feel at home with these players if I play with them. It's good to be able to be in here. This is incredible,
we just heard from Pep Guardiola saying that he is staying. Do you feel that is fully confirmed, even though he's saying it? He said he's got a year left in his contract. How confident do you feel?
I don't feel confident at all, but what I would counter is to say, has he said before that he's leaving, has he said before that he's staying? Definitely. I think the fact he's come out and committed something at this stage of the season, I think it is significant. And in some ways, I'm quite happy with that, I'll be honest with you.
It's huge, isn't it? Yeah. I think it's great, like Ned said, for him to actually say it. I think it's an amazing statement. And what do you do if Pep Guardiola goes? Where do you go to fill his boots? It's hard work. So he stays as long as possible.
And what does that mean for the players?
It depends which player we're talking about. Obviously, for this season for City, John Stones is leaving, Bernardo Silva's leaving. There's potential that Nathan Ake could be leaving. So these are significant players over the last 5 or 10 years. So for them, it's one thing. But for the newer players, the ones who Pep's been there for, who he signed in the last, say, year or so, then that continuity, I think it matters. You know, understanding what Gahey wants from the manager. You know, you're looking at the players like Kusanov, who signed last year, Reinders this summer. I think continuity at any football club is key, and that's why, you know, sometimes we criticise clubs who churn through managers throughout the season.
I think the standards. Just the standards that he sets. I've never been on the training ground with Pep Guardiola, but I know players that have, and I've spoke to them. They say he just doesn't switch off. He's on you all the time for standards, and I just think that's why City have dominated for so long. It's the standards of training takes onto the pitch, and that's why they're so good.
100%.
Yeah, I suppose, Nathan, when you look at their game in midweek against Palace, it's like they...
The line, it's not about what have we got in a week's time, what we've got in 2 days' time. It's about today. They'll be on it. The manager will make sure that they're on it as well, and they'll look for performances like we've just seen there from individuals.
I think in the semi-final round, City were playing, Chelsea were playing, and there were Premier League games going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Today, this is the only game that's sort of happening in relation to the Premier League as such, or in the Premier League side. So this is the focus, this is the everything.
Absolutely.
And, you know, essentially to be here at Wembley for a final with a chance at silverware is obviously... You know, it's a huge privilege for them anyway. Yeah. And I think they'll be desperate to try and lift that trophy because it's such an iconic one, isn't it?
Oh, it sure is. Well, someone who has certainly made his mark this season is 20... Dion, I'm going to come straight to you because what was your thoughts about the VAR decision? Hearing Martin O'Neill speak yesterday, we saying now everyone wants Hearts to win because of what's happened with VAR.
I don't.
Well, so he was saying it in his press conference yesterday, which coming into today's game, there's so much on it now.
Yes,
now, Dion. When you look at kind of the history and the position, we had John Robertson on last week on Football Focus, who was a part of the Nearly Club.
They were great. They're in a great position. The players will be absolutely buzzing for this game, and they'll want to put the wrongs right. They really will.
Who are you going with?
So I'm going for Hearts.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to sit on the bench there, but that's what I was just going for. Right, let's get back to today's game going on here at Wembley, because it will be an understatement to say that this season has been a disappointing one for Chelsea. 2 managers have gone, they've got a caretaker in charge today, but the FA Cup has been their shining light, and so has their Brazilian centre-forward, João Pedro. What a lovely interview. I'm joined now by former Chelsea goalkeeper Rob Green. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Let's stay on João Pedro, because it was such a beautiful interview, but has he been the bright spark for Chelsea this season?
He's been the lone shining light, really. You look at how he's gone about his season. He's come into it fresh, hit the ground running at the Club World Cup. But then you needed a moment. You look at the game away in Napoli. He took that second half on his own. Nature. He's been the player that you're looking at to say who's been the outstanding success, who's been that one player. And unfortunately for Chelsea, it's just about him. So
coming into a game like today, formerly when you were playing, would you be saying, get the ball to him? Because you know he's full of confidence, team clicks.
Yeah, absolutely. And every season, you move the manager on. And what you had at Chelsea from the likes of John Terry, Frank Lampard, Drogba, that era into an era of Giroud and Eden Hazard, you had players that could do the João Pedro things, but also knew the standards that it took to win competitions. They've gone for a younger squad. Yeah. They've gone for that less experience. They don't have that element of experience. Thiago Silva's. We're dragging it this way, whoever is in the charge. You look at those players, you could be a big moment for the club in terms of the ownership, in terms of the club in general. This afternoon, Chelsea.
What direction do you see them going in? Because there's rumours that Xabi Alonso has held some talks and Unai Iraola has had talks as well. Is that what it needs? A big name, a strong character to come into this club?
I think what it's shown is that the team need is a manager to harness that, to have the respect, to have that dressing room and the rest of that. They can't spin this off as another transition season. Just have to make that appointment and stick with it. Okay. And the players then have...
Quick one then, how important is today's game then?
Massive. I think around, outside the ground, inside the ground. It's an astonishing, thinking it's a big chip to the fans. Today is going to be massive.
Okay, thank you for joining us. You're going to be across BBC Sport the rest of the day?
All over it.
Busy. So are we. We're going to take a break from FA Cup action and talk about the Premier League, because there was a huge game between Aston Villa and Liverpool last night, both hoping to secure a place in the Champions League for next season. Commentary on this one from the action last night comes from Conor McNamara. I'm trying to get my breath back, guys. All the steps that we're doing around Wembley today. But Dion, I've got to come straight to you, because Aston Villa, it was a huge win last night. And when you think about the job Unai Emery is doing once again, huge final coming up. How do you sum up things going on there.
It is a huge football club, and they need the skipper. He's the leader. He's the leader. And
On to Liverpool then, Nathan, because another disappointing night for them when you look at their season, 19th defeat of the season. Lots of question marks about are they in transition? Is Arne Slot going to be there? Yes, he is, but...
Yeah, I think the transition is an interesting point because most of us thought it's going to be a transition in terms of the new players starting to bed in, but not a transition in terms of having to almost feel like you're building from scratch again. I think the fact that they have lost 19 games in total this season is alarming because for as much as they have had issues, you still the context again is they're reigning champions, and this is how the next season has gone, which is
But
obviously
the fact
concerning.
is it may now go down to the wire that Champions League for next season is not even secure yet for them.
Yeah, that is a concern. Obviously, those behind are needing some good fortune. But yeah, I think they've had more at this point in the season, to be honest.
Okay, guys, I don't know if you know because we were walking around and trying to get down here, but there is some breaking news from BBC Sport. Manchester United have reached...
Great news. I think that's great news for them. I think for myself, living in Manchester and hearing the Manchester United say Mainu into midfield after he was told that he was going to be no good.
through the city is under pressure, so everything he does is magnified. I think I'm glad he's got the job, and I think Man United will start to be where they need to be more often.
Oh, it's a big shout. It's a big shout.
There you go. I've said it.
It's a big shout. And do you know what? There was a word in there that I went, pressure.
Yeah,
because when we think about the pressure down there at the bottom in the Premier League, when we're talking about Spurs and West Ham, it's a huge couple of days ahead for both of those teams.
Yeah, without question. And I think the fact that West Ham go first tomorrow playing against Newcastle away from home, which is going to be tough. Yeah, I'm guilty of that as well. Yeah.
Exactly. It's genuinely, you can't carry half a person, you can't carry anybody. That's what it's going to take, personally.
Oh, gosh, the pressure. Okay, we are going to head outside right now because the fans are making their way down Wembley Way. The atmosphere is building and Kelly Summers is in the mix, and I believe she's found a couple of fans who are going to tell us why they believe that it's their team that is going to be lifting the trophy later on today.
We'll win again. We're winners. That's the thing. We are, when we won the Champions League, we weren't doing well in the league. We're never doing well in the league, and we win a cup. We win trophies. That's what we do.
It's getting a bit feisty down here. Both of these clubs with big trophy cabinets. Both of them desperate to win today. But of course, Alex, only one set of fans will be smiling at full time.
Well, Kelly, you've got a huge smile. I absolutely love it, and I'm loving those retro shirts. Our very own Dion Dublin, I've wrote down in my notes here, scored 234 senior goals in 743 club appearances. Very impressive. So we've sent him off to find some fans. Actually, he's not found some fans. He's actually having a chat with fellow goal scorers because we knew he would be in his element.
Yes,
Whoa, he's throwing shade. What is that about?
It's technically correct, but he didn't need to say it, did he? Come on.
Well, I tell you what, from the guys scoring the goals to the men in the middle right now, we're delighted to be joined by Darren Cann. I mean, you've done it all. Assisted at Premier League and World Cups. And actually, I was reading yesterday, is it true that you only get one FA Cup final?
That's right, Alex, yes. It's a tradition that dates back to 1902, where the referee will only get one final. However, there have been a couple of exceptions in the two COVID years.
Yeah.
Anthony Taylor and Michael Oliver both got a second final. But no, the tradition is one final. But I do have an exclusive for you because this is actually Darren England's third FA Cup final today. He did one as an assistant referee, one as a fourth official, and now he gets the big gig and he's the referee for today's FA Cup final. So this is his third final. And
That moment then, how did you find out and how did you feel in that moment? When was it, 2006?
It was 2000. It was an incredible game, wasn't it, Nathan? It was fantastic. Probably best remembered for Steven Gerrard's.
Have you here? And you're right, that was an iconic game.
Yeah, very fortunate to get selected for my one and only final, and it turned out to be one of the best.
Yes,
so
without question.
Very fortunate.
Can you talk to us about kind of Darren England coming into today? Because obviously he's been part of huge matches, and the build up to this, his name has been in the headlines also. So how does he feel, kind of the pressure that's going to be on him today as well?
Well, I spoke to him about as well. As you say, he's had a difficult build-up in terms of being the VAR at West Ham last weekend.
He will become the first black official to feature in an FA Cup final. So it's a huge day and a special moment for him as well.
really, really special. Yes, Akil has worked on the Premier League for the last 3 years. He's a very, very accomplished assistant referee, and I know him and his family are really proud today to be the first black match official ever to officiate in the FA Cup final. So it's a tremendous honour for him, and I wish him well.
Yeah, Akil's somebody that can call a friend as well, so I'm super proud of him. He walked around before when we were on air, so I couldn't hug him, but he's just in the distance. It's going to be a big day for him and a big day for many more that follow as well.
Absolutely.
It's a big day all around, because for the last 11 years, Football Focus has been live here at Wembley ahead of the big build-up on FA Cup final day. But the build-up did used to start first thing in the morning, and let's just say access to players and clubs was very different and more relaxed back in the day. I feel like I'm starting to get emotional already because it is that kind of day. And welcome back, Dion. Dion, it's your last Football Focus.
I know, it's not to be happening again. Having done it for, I don't know, it's got to be 15 years, maybe 16.
Much for everything that you've
done. Incredible. You've grown into the job.
This is about me, but it's my last one ever. And I've got to say as well, don't worry about me, guys, it's fine. I just want to say it's been a privilege to work alongside you, Alex, to work alongside you, Dion. Everybody in front of the camera, everyone behind the camera, everyone that's younger. So yeah, it's sad that it's ending, but I'm with Dion. Like, for it to be ending here at Wembley, it's about Dion. But for me, thank you to everybody. You know you are, even at Salford. Thank you.
Oh, guys, what a moment. Do we end on that, or do we try and bring it back to today? You've not
a
even
game
given
today,
your
I'm sure people enjoy
predictions.
Yeah, I think we should talk about you and Football Focus. What we have to remember is,
Thank you, Alex. And Man City win. Thank you.
I'm gone already. Oh, gosh. Guys, stay with us on BBC because the build-up does continue. And just a reminder, please do join us next Sunday. That's not next Saturday, next Sunday, because Football Focus will air for the last time after 5 decades on air. It's going to be a special one. Let's send this show out in the best way possible. We look forward to seeing you then. Guys, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Well done,
Do you know what? There's one more thing to say. Cue the band.